Hello, hello, my beautiful collective. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dee. If you're returning, welcome back. Glad to have you back. So this is going to be a general love message. All my readings are timeless. It could be past, present, or future energy. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and not try to force the story to fit your narrative, okay? If you feel called to book a personal reading with me, all that information is in the description box below. So I didn't get too many downloads for you guys. But I just feel really good about the energy. I don't know. We're just gonna jump straight into it. I know I usually have something for you, but I just feel really positive um about it. I don't know. It just feels like something is going in the right direction. That's all I can really say. But we'll see how the energy turns out today. So let's just get straight into it. Sweet angels, guys, gonna join me for having this second part of my energy. This reading for the collective. Please give me the energy surrounding the collective and the divine counterparts. Thank you. Okay, so we have reminder number 28. We have forbidden number 18. Then we have invisible number 16. Every time I say I feel good about the energy, then the energy cards always come out crazy. Okay, we have letting go number 22. Any of these numbers could be significant for you. And then we have meditation number 25. Then we have trap number 34. You are not stuck in anything. You could get yourself out of whatever you feel is keeping you stagnant in this life. We are the master manifestors of our life. So if there's something within you or around you where you feel like it's holding you back, or you feel like there's this negative thought, this is all about changing our subconscious mind, rewiring our subconscious, balancing out our nervous system, right? This is about you getting yourself out of survival mode is what I'm hearing. Like balancing your nervous system, like I said, rewiring your subconscious mind to know that you could get yourself out of something. This feels like quantum leaping into your highest timeline is what I'm hearing once you start to take those steps. Rewiring your subconscious and balancing out your nervous system is like a very significant energy I'm getting here. But let's see. That seems like a solo message. But let's get into it. I'm also recovering from a cold, so if I sound crazy, that's why. Please give me clear, honest messages for the collective and the divine counterparts, highest good spirit. Thank you. I said not to take those. Honest messages for the collective and the divine highest good spirit. Thank you. All right, so we have the Page of Swords in your energy. The Sun, Leo energy in your persons. And you can take whatever side resonates for you, okay? But I'm reading this as you. I'm reading this as them, okay? Okay. In the energy of relationship, we have the Nine of Pentacles. How to bring you two closer together, we have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, and how to bring you closer together, or the potential outcome, we have the Eight of Cups. On the bottom, we have the King of Wands, Death reverse, Scorpio energy, Justice, Libra energy, the Ace of Pentacles, Judgment reverse, and the Queen of Swords reverse. Page of Pentacles on the break. The main thing I'm hearing right now is like, use your discernment. Use your discernment. Don't let ego, with the King of Wands in reverse, don't let ego or like something, like, don't make a decision too impulsively, because impulsive, like, is one of the words on the card for the King of Wands when it's in reverse. There's something about, like, even if you're trying to move quick, if spirit feels like you're not ready for something just yet, it's not going to come in. There's certain things that you can manifest very quickly, and then there's other things that have to take time, and this might be one of those things that have to take time. You have the Page of Swords in your energy collective, so there's still something that you're learning. I'm not really, I know a lot of you just get spying energy off the Page of Swords, but the pages are like a lesson, a learning lesson, a student, like you're still learning something. There's something within, I feel like, your subconscious mind that you're still learning to get closer to this union. Your person is in the Sun energy. I can't wait to clarify that, like what's going on there. But for you, it feels like there's something that's needs to be learned, something that's like impulsive. Let me see. Spirit, please clarify the Page of Swords for me. Okay. Ace of Swords, the Chariot, Cancer energy. Oof, Judgment. Nine of Swords. Seven of Wands, Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Five of Swords, the Magician reverse, Gemini, Virgo energy. The Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles. Okay. You know, as like healers and light workers, we always say that we are constantly healing, we're always growing, we're ever evolving, right? And we always say we deserve the things that we want in life as we're healing, as we're growing. You are not going to be like this perfect being when this comes in, okay? There's a part of you that's still learning not to have fear of like love or what your happily ever after looks like. It feels like you're trying to get over something or say that you have the confidence or something within yourself to try to manifest this coming into union faster, right? But it feels like you're doing such a good job, to me, is what I'm feeling. Like you're doing a good job of where you're at now. And just because this isn't here yet doesn't mean it's not happening, because it is happening. It might not be happening at the pace that you want it to be, but you're doing everything right, collective. Like I said, you're learning about this fear within yourself and you have enlightenment on it with the Ace of Swords. Okay. But a part of you, you're saying like, I'm still blocking this somehow. When spirit is saying, no, you're balanced, but you're just being really in your head about it. Okay. And it's like, there's still baby steps that you need to learn, but like, babes, you're Queen of Pentacles energy. All right. Yeah. There's fear there. The devil, Capricorn energy. There's this, I feel like, irrational fear of you thinking that you need to be ready. But Spirit is saying that you're doing well. As long as you are learning this about yourself and learning how to heal this about yourself, it doesn't need to be completely healed when this energy of your person comes in. You know what I'm saying? Like, Spirit is proud of you for getting to this like enlightenment here with Judgment. Spirit is like, yes, you're finally learning the lesson. Like, you're literally going towards it with determination. But you don't have to be like, am I doing the right thing? Is this really happening? Like, da, 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 da. Do I have to do this? Do I have to do that? Like, you're really like in your head. You're really like holding on to this fear. But at the same time, you're learning how to heal this fear within you when you're looking at yourself and saying, I don't want to be this way when my partner comes in. I want to start doing this, this, that, and this. But then you're getting paranoid with yourself because you feel like you're not taking huge steps or strides towards it, but you're taking the baby steps. And that's what's important here. So you're doing really well, collective. You're taking the time to learn this about yourself. Don't think that you have to be completely something for this love to come in. As long as you're doing the work, that's what's important here. Okay? You're taking the baby steps and you're pouring that love and that work into yourself. Okay? In the energy of your person, we have the sun. Spirit, please clarify that for me. And I love how these both are like unicorns. That's so like, I don't know, that's cute. Okay, we have the world. Whew. Okay. Whew, the Hierophant. Whoa. And then both of you have like big major arcanas like in your energy. The 5 of Wands. The 6 of Wands. The 7 of Pentacles, the 3 of Swords, the Hermit, Virgo energy. The 2 of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. The 3 of Wands. They're going through something similar. But this feels like the first time, or one of the first times that I can really say that they feel a little bit ahead of you in the healing process, is what I'm getting. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay. Your person, it feels like they're really getting prepared to come towards you. Okay, we have the sun, Hierophant, the world, right? They are still going through some inner battles. They're still going through some like ego work. Okay, you are going through something more mental, and they're going through something more of like the depths of their soul type things. It feels like they're figuring out a plan. I don't know if it's like, yeah, they're learning how to move forward in something, like look at the brighter side in life. Because with the 3 of Swords there, they're trying to heal something within them where maybe in the past, like they really like getting their ego stroked, or they did things to just get a reaction out of someone, to just stroke their ego, and they don't want to go into this new alignment with you with that energy. And so they're really, with the Hermit there as well, they're really introspecting and taking a deep dive within themselves. They realize like the things that they manifested in the past, excuse me, did not like matter. It was like what they wanted never really fulfilled them, like their soul. It only fulfilled their ego. And they're learning how to move on from that. And like for you, like I said, you are feeling like you have to speed up the process to get this into like fruition. And they feel like, I feel like they, even though we have wands here, It's giving me like more pinnacle energy. Like they're trying to, especially with the hermit there, they are trying to slow down and really face their ego and really face their shadow and be like, when my person comes in, when the collective comes in, I don't want to do anything for instant gratification. I want things to be very soul led when the collective comes in. I don't want to do what I did in the past, like this, and that, and blah, 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 blah. You know, they're really heavy reflecting for your person collective, which is good. And it's good reflection for you too. I feel like you just were in a little bit of a panic mode there, but I feel like oh my gosh, this being sick is driving me nuts. But I do feel like you guys are right exactly what you need to be and doing exactly what you need to do for union to happen. Some of you, I do feel like you are in union, and that might be what is triggering like you right now. Because some of you are definitely, I feel like you are in union with this person. I'm not gonna lie, and might be why you're triggered. And saying, I thought I healed more from this. It could have been a situation that you went through with this person at this time, and you just, the both of you kind of triggered a healing moment, triggered a lesson. And your relationships are always going to do that. It's not going to be sunshine and rainbows all the time. You might have triggered, like I said, triggered a lesson, and then just learning how to heal from that. But for some of you, for a lot of you though, it feels like very much 5D energy, okay? And the energy of the relationship, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Spirit, please clarify that for me. Knight of Wands. Okay. Queen of Swords, the Lovers, 3 of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, Death, Scorpio energy, 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, ooh, Ace of Pentacles, the Tower, yeah. So for me right now, especially with the 3 of Cups in reverse, this is for the ones who are not in union yet, okay? Because this feels like a lot of push and pull. Like I said, for you, collective is more mental. For them, it's more ego. And you guys are learning how to nurture and heal this within yourselves first to find that balance with the Lovers there. So it's like it's not quite in union yet with the 3 of Pentacles reverse, but it's getting there because you guys are working through this. Okay, it's like going through a major release, like I said, huge transformation, and then rebuilding. You guys might start off as friends for a long time, but it's happening though. It is. It's the Pentacles and the 4 of Swords in reverse, because the 4 of Swords in reverse could be about taking action. Okay, but right now it's like union isn't happening because you guys are still learning this like independence type role, because the 9 of Pentacles is like pre-Empress energy, but it's also 9s are an independent energy as well. But it is coming together sooner than you think. It's just not right now because you guys, yeah, shadow work, the devil again. Shadow work is happening right now, facing these fears, facing these truths about yourself, and becoming more balanced within yourself as well. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm literally struggling right now. Okay. How to bring you two close together. We have the 2 of Pentacles reverse. Spirit, please clarify that for me. Temperance and the Six of Swords. The Emperor reversed. The Magician reversed. The Page of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacle energy. Death. Three of Pentacles, Four of Swords. Nine of Pentacles again. Give me 1 second. Okay. This feels like trying to flow more in your emotions and being confident. Than like surface level things. I'm getting being more confident and in flow with your emotions. So I was like, there's a lot of pentacles here. Like, you guys are facing, like I said, your mental, facing that ego. But like, there's a lot of water here because we know like this is about union, this is about love. Okay. But there's a lot of pentacles. It's like being more grounded in your energy, being more flowing in a loving energy and self-love. Okay. And it's like you're balancing that out. Like I said, there's still some there's still some steps that needs to be taken, especially with the Emperor in reverse. It's like kind of like being the Avatar is what I'm getting. Like mastering all the elements is what I'm hearing. Also knowing and not having confusion on what you are looking for in a partner, in a life partner, not just the romance and the lovey-dovey, just like everyday partner. We all want the romance, we all want the love and stuff like that, but you are going to spend the rest of your life with this person, and there are going to be days where it's boring and not always full of romance and da 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 da. It's just someone that you could share space with, but also having time for yourself. And it's like just figuring all of that out. Figuring out all the elements is how you bring this closer together. What you could do with them, what you could do on your own in your solitude. Like I said, not to have instant gratification, overthinking things, really facing the shadow within each other, facing the mirror within each other. Because it's going to be a thing throughout life as you guys get older and change and evolve. And I'm not saying you got to have that all figured out before the relationship, but there's still some steps, especially with the Emperor in the reverse. It feels like a confidence thing. And this energy is mastering the confidence, the mental, the soul-led. Balancing that out and learning how to move forward. I'm literally getting like you guys are the Avatar. But that's what it is. It's just like finding that balance, knowing what you're looking for, trying to embody that as much as possible on your own, and then within this relationship. And look at that, the Empress. It feels like the nurturing side, like I said, the feminine side is very balanced. I know we all kind of struggle with having like a balanced masculine side. Some of us have trouble balancing the feminine side, but I'm just like I said, I'm just getting the energy of like the Avatar, just mastering all the elements. And you have it within you. The Avatar went through, I didn't watch it consistently, but he went through his battles with trying to master all of them, just like anybody would. And this is you mastering this part. You mastering the mental, and them trying their best to master, like, within their soul, their ego. And the potential outcome, we have the Eight of Cups. Spirit, please clarify that for me. The Ten of Swords reverse. Ooh, the Ten of Cups reverse. The Fool. The Two of Cups to the High Priestess, Pisces energy. Six of Pentacles, Death. Three of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you're ending a karmic cycle. You are moving on from whatever is not serving as higher purpose and embodying your higher self. I love that, collective. It's giving you mastered the lesson. Everything we talked about in the potential outcome, you and your person mastered this lesson. Like I said, for some of you that are in union, it was like a small shakeup. This might have even been like the first fight, the first argument. You know, maybe you guys went like a whole year without really fighting, and now you are, and it like freaked you out, you know? For others of you, you're just mastering this part of yourself before union. But this karmic cycle is coming to an end. You're healing, you're evolving, you're learning. You're realizing like how you need to grow through this. You're planting the seeds for a new transformed life, and you're on your way. Yeah. You're on your way to building a new life. No more indecision, no more battling. You are embodying your higher self. High Priestess, you are going from your soul, the both of you. I love how that turned out. So even if you don't feel that energy yet, it's coming in. You are walking away. Advice for the collective. Advice. Six of Pentacles. Ten of Cups. I saw that Emperor one to come out. The World. The Knight of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords. The Eight of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, the Hermit, Virgo energy. The Seven of Cups, the Queen of Cups. The Nine of Wands, Justice. Look at that. The King of Wands in reverse. There's going to be things in your old timeline that either are going to make their way back to you, or you're going to think that it's meant for you. I'm getting no. There's a way that you used to look at like what your highest timeline, what your love would look like in the future, and it's going to be better than that. I think there's an idea of it, and I feel like I've said this to you before, collective, in another love reading, or just probably another reading in general. But it's going to be better than you can imagine. It feels like there's like a version of it that you have to let go of. Like I said, you're walking away in the potential outcome. You learn the lesson. But there's something about like an old life, an old manifestation that is going to be better. And they want you to think of something higher, something more stable, okay? Something that would never leave you in any confusion. Something that's going to give you the biggest love that you've ever experienced. And you might not be able to really imagine that because you don't know what that's like for you yet. But there's something about the way you view love, and I know I've said this to you guys before, that you have to let go of. Like I said, you are the avatar, and you're learning how to master all of the elements within yourself. And once you master that, it's going to be better than what you could ever probably dream of. It's going to be more stable, more giving, and it's not going to be like anything of your past. And there's definitely like I said, a fear that you have to work through with the Nine of Swords reversed to the Eight of Pentacles reverse. That is on its way to stability. Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. So keep dreaming big, collective. Keep dreaming big, because your person was in the energy of the sun. The sun and the Hierophant. They are ready. They are ready for commitment. And you had freaking Judgment and the Chariot. So you are doing big things too as you get into alignment. And that's beautiful, really beautiful energy. The general reading and this reading, really good. If you haven't checked out their general reading, please do. All right, I'm going to get into Oracle now. So if Oracles are not your thing, I will see you in the next reading. Okay. Advice for the collective. Advice for the collective. Thank you. We have the crowning, initiation, threshold, birth, rebirth, a seat at the table. Okay, so it's number 74. That could resonate with you in some way. Okay. There comes a time when the flower knows that it can no longer remain in the protective constraints of the bud. Somehow it needs to trust in the birthing energy and surrender to the unknown of the bloom. The same birthing energy exists within all of nature and in birth, both physical and metaphorical. It's an initiation for the mother as well as the child, who transitions from the water world of the womb to a whole new world, a whole new one on earth. This is a card of crossing thresholds and walking through the gates of initiation, which require great courage and faith. There are rolling constrictions, and it's almost always not straightforward. As we transition from one thing to another, we're called to burst through the constraints of the seed and then the certainty of the bud, so that something new can bloom from within. We're always birthing something, and deep inside we know that the only way to surrender to the initiation is to surrender to the innate power within. This power is inner, but it's also connected with the intelligence that exists within all life. It's the same energy that tells flowers when to bloom, and it was present when you grew in your mother's womb. Trust in that. It will carry you through. Surrender to what's wanting to be born through you. Life is always trying to initiate us into even more of who we truly are. How is life trying to initiate you? Yeah, like I said, it's not always going to be like a straightforward thing, right? Going through a rebirth, transformation. We saw, I think, death twice in the reading today. And going through that type of transformation, going through that ego death is hard, because we're letting go of a version of ourselves to be in a higher frequency. Going through a rebirth is not easy, but it's always for the best. So don't hold back. Don't hold back on what you have to do within you, like I said, to bring this closer to union. There's an old version of yourself, of your life, that's falling away. And a lot of the times that can be scary because we're just so used to being in a certain energy. But when we're trying to follow our soul's purpose or trying to dig into our highest timeline, that's when certain aspects of our life just have to fall away and transform. You have that tower moment. So don't be afraid of this rebirth, because on the other side of it is something beautiful. advice for the collective. Okay, so we have a new start is coming. Be bold and make the first move. Meditate and contemplate Pisces energy. Look at the bigger picture. Sagittarius energy. Your commitment is being tested. And then we have surrender to the divine. On the bottom, nothing is yet set in stone. advice for the collective. It says, this could be the one. You already met the romantic partner you seek. Their separation, time apart from your partner, is on the horizon. This is given like past life energy. It is safe for you to love, open your heart, and give and receive the highest energy of all. We have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. We have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And then we have wedding. This situation involves marriage. And then we have playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. I know the past life card didn't come out, but it feels like it. Whatever karma that you guys might have had, we have reconciliation, heart-to-heart conversations. But whatever past life karma, I broke on engagement too, that you guys had with one another that might have caused separation is healing now. Like I said, a lot of you are healing it in the 5D, and some of you are healing it while you're in union right now. So you're definitely letting this karmic cycle be fulfilled, so it's not something huge in the presence of your relationship now, whether you're in union or you're about to be in union. This karmic cycle is ending for the both of you. I feel like it's something that did possibly break up this union in a past life. Advice for the collective. Variance. Number 39. Then we have light beings on the bottom. So remember how I was saying in the beginning, for your person, they're like trying to balance out like ego versus soul. That's what that card is about. It feels like very much channeling your higher self, like I was saying. And just facing your shadow, facing your truth, facing your ego. The both of you, honestly, because like I said, yours is more mental, but you both are literally, like I said, facing your shadow, because we did see the devil, but also facing your ego. And ego, shadow, same thing, different words. But this just is literally like ego versus soul, facing that, clearing out that energy, really, like I said, embodying that higher self energy, possibly having dreams. even just like talking to your higher self in the 3D and thinking like you're a little woo woo, but that's okay because you're having those conversations with your higher self, you and your person, especially your person. Like this is, I feel like this is the most they've been truly connected to their higher self in probably a long time. I feel like in the past life, your person might have been sleepwalking a lot. And this might be the life where they're like truly, truly awakened. But balancing out ego and soul and very much having deep conversations with your higher self is what I'm getting off of that. Advice for the collective. Advice for the collective. Okay, so we have the sirens. Use your voice, expansion, freedom. Okay, and then the sirens is 132. Those numbers could be significant for you. In Greek mythology, the sirens were half woman, half bird sea creatures that would entice fishermen and sailors with their sweet and sensual songs. Free and empowered, they were not afraid to share their voice and use their natural gift to attract what they wanted. This card is an invitation to own your gifts, to share your voice, and to surrender into the expanded version of who you are. to give yourself to the music that plays within, to share your song without wavering, to be free and dance unrestrained. In life there is the opportunity to become more and more alive and free with each passing day. However, most of us feel more and more trapped by the life that we've so consciously created. What do you need to do to embrace life fully? How can you step into your most expansive self? Often, while we're growing up, we experience hurt, loss, and endings that we fail to address. Those memories stagnate within us, and it becomes harder to dance and sing. However, every moment of your life is an opportunity to change, to thrive, and grow. Every moment is an opportunity to express yourself, to find your natural, unique way to dance and sing. How are you being called to share your voice and expand into your most alive and proud self? Yes. Like I said, like this is about really embodying your higher self, union with self, and then union with this person. This should be an energy where you could just fully be who you are. You shouldn't be able, or you shouldn't have to hide certain aspects of yourself. You should be authentically yourself in this relationship. And that might be like you learning right now how to live as authentically as you can. There might be parts of you that you haven't even discovered yet. And that's on both ends. And like I said, you're not going to master it like in a day, in a week, in a month, But like I said, you're learning how to be the avatar. You're learning how to master all the elements. But the thing is, it's going to take lifetimes to probably master those things. So in this lifetime, like I said, it might be, you might have the groundedness aspect of it, the earth element, because we had a lot of pentacles. And in this life, you're mastering the water element because we barely had any water. We had a little bit of it, but a lot of it was reversed. So that might be the element that you have to master in this life. And maybe in the past life, you master the air. And in the next life, you really master the soul, or the fire. But you're mastering something here. And that's just like, it's really, for me, like authenticity in a way that you have never like experienced it or done it before. Advice for the collective. Advice. Thank you. Have chemistry. The attraction you feel is mutual. Fate. This is a destined partnership. Rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. Have forgiveness. Forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. We have unplug. Working less will help strengthen your relationship. Then mastery. You've learned this lesson before. Then obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. Yeah, remember I said earlier for you, collective, right? That you felt like you had to like be in a certain energy for this to manifest, right? And then I see you like acknowledging that and then embodying this and moving forward. And I'm getting a energy like with unplug, like take a step back from obsessing over union and focus on being authentically yourself and embodying your higher self, because that's what your person is working on. So just focus on being authentic, figuring out what you want, like I said, mastering that element. But it's going to take a lifetime, I feel, to really master that. I feel like for each lifetime it's like a certain element, and this lifetime is water. I don't know why that's like super heavy for me, but that's what that feels like. Like I'm mastering the emotional side. Because, like I said in the beginning, we're humans, like, we're ever evolving, ever changing, always healing. And there's going to be levels to what we master in this life. Take a step back, collective, and hone in what it is within you that you want to master. And if it's the water element, awesome. And like I said, I feel like I'm using this as a metaphor, but like, take it how you can, take it what resonates with you. And then when you get to this potential outcome of what you mastered, like I said, embodying your higher self, you're going to realize that you got this. Like, you're going to realize like the whole new version of you at the end of this. It just feels like a lot of enlightenment. That's what it feels like. The levels of mastering this part of yourself. The authenticity, using your voice, being seen, being heard really for the first time. You not even realizing the power that you have within yourself. I feel like when you do come into union with your person, like to see, just see you fully. I wish I remembered the name of the couple I'm thinking of right now. It's this beautiful couple on like, my freaking me being sick. There's a couple on TikTok that I'm thinking of, and they just got engaged recently, and they're such a beautiful couple. And I'm thinking about like that. Like that's like the way he just like looks at her is just so beautiful, and I feel like that's how your person is gonna look at you, because you're embodied fully in who you truly are, and so are they. And it's just gonna be like a really beautiful union. But take a step back and really focus on being, like I said, being the avatar. Advice for the collective. Thank you. The Sword of Light, divine protection, cord cuts, breakthrough energy. Okay. Sword of Light is 150. Okay. When this card comes to you, know that it is confirmation that you are walking the path of light and responding to a pre-incarnation soul contracts to make a difference on the planet. It's also a sign that you have the opportunity to sever connections to fear and limitations. Energetic cords bind us to situations, loved ones, and even the past. But when you are in transition now and detaching from unnecessary connections, dramas, and fears, know that there will be a great severing at this time, and you might feel isolated for a moment, as you will be reconfiguring your circle of trust, and moving into a life that is in a greater alignment with your highest good. Know that the cords that bind you to loved ones and soul family will remain intact. It's only the lower vibrational connections that are being severed. Expect breakthroughs and doors of opportunity opening up for you. If you feel strongly connected to Archangel Michael, now, know that his energy is with you now. And I feel like that's just a cord cut from the old version of yourself. There could be energies also that you're cutting out of your life, but I feel like you're coming into a more authentic energy within you. Advice for the collective. Okay, so we have patience. I accept that everything happens, in divine order. Have forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. And then we have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. We have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. We have balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. And then we have empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. And then we have gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunity that it presents. So this just gives me one. I feel like a lot of you, if you are like a light worker, your spiritual gifts are going to be heightened. Okay, you're going to be more balanced. Like I said, I feel like life is going to be way better than you could have ever imagined it. And I also feel like forgiveness is really like just forgiving yourself for holding on to the past for so long, or holding on to an old version of yourself for so long. It's okay. We all do that because sometimes we can't accept that an old version of ourselves, our old life is crumbling, and that something better is on the other side. You're just going to always be grateful to your spirit team, the Most High, whatever you believe in, for getting you into your more, like I said, your authentic self and your highest timeline. Advice for the collective. Advice for the collective spirit. Thank you. We have not for you. Okay, number 6. Okay. Some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them that is obvious from the beginning, but the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it is not possible to make it be. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. If you are the one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both of your sakes. For every pot there is a lid. This one may not be the best fit. Ooh, I kind of want to clarify that. Is there someone that you think is the one and they're not the one? Spirit, clarify this for me and give me some context. Because that one just feels like it didn't fit with everything else that we were reading. Spirit, please give me context with this. Please clarify that it's not for you. This just sticks out like a sore thumb for me. 6 of Swords. The Magician flipped in the reverse. Could be a Gemini or Virgo. The Page of Wands. The 8 of Cups. The 7 of Swords, the 3 of Wands, the Queen of Cups. the Four of Wands reversed, the Two of Swords, the Hierophant, and then Strengthen in reverse. This feels like someone you learned a truth about that you were so committed to and poured so much love into, even though it was deeply triggering for you. You walked away from whatever this is already. And deep knowing being in the reverse at the bottom lets me know that there might be someone who thinks that, and this might not be you, collective. This might be someone who thinks that you're their divine counterpart, like you're on their highest timeline or who they're meant to be with. But with the Magician in reverse is giving manipulator, or they never grew, or they can never change the way you needed to change. You already moved on with the Six of Swords. You moved on from this person because you realized the truth about them, that this wasn't going anywhere, it wasn't growing, no matter how much love you poured into it. Like, you could have even went through a divorce with this person with the Four of Wands in reverse. All I know is you might have to reject somebody here who's trying to come back into your life. They're not the person that is in the sun energy in this reading. This is someone who probably once upon a time you thought that you were going to have a long, beautiful relationship with. And it wasn't it. It wasn't, this person wasn't the one. It's someone you already moved on from who might be trying to come back and be like, can we give it another chance? And you're like, no, I know you're not it. I know you're not the one. Okay, because that one just like did not like hit like the rest of the reading. Advice for the collective. Advice. We have the situation will improve. We have perfect timing. If you believe. Remain positive. Have compromise. And then we have be assertive. And then we have yes on the bottom. So if you had a yes or no question on your mind, spirit is saying yes. Affirmation of advice for the collective spirit. Thank you for all your messages. Thank you for all your messages today. Affirmation of advice for the collective. Thank you. Today, caring for my energy is my first priority. I'm magnetic when I stand in my power. All right, collective. I hope that this reading helped. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you for being here and making it to the end of this reading. Like I said in the beginning, if you feel called to book a personal reading with me, all the information will be in the description box below. You guys stay safe. You guys stay blessed. And I will see you in the next reading.